Ever wondered why your muscles aren't what they used to be, even though you're staying active? Well, science has an answer. And spoiler alert, it's not just aging. Over the years, you've probably noticed some frustrating changes. Tasks that were once super easy, like climbing stairs or opening a jar, now feel like you're trying to conquer Mount Everest. And let's not even talk about how your muscles seem to be taking their sweet time recovering. Even if you're keeping up with your workouts and doing everything right, your muscles just don't seem to bounce back the way they once did. At first, it's easy to blame aging, which is something that's just part of the deal. But what if I told you there's actually a sneaky culprit working behind the scenes, quietly robbing you of your muscle strength? Who's the bandit? Chronic inflammation. But this isn't your average, "Oh, my back hurts a bit" kind of inflammation. We're talking about a persistent, low-grade fire inside your body that messes with everything, from your energy levels to your muscle-building potential. Here's the good news. If you know how to control it, you can slow down muscle loss and even rebuild strength, no matter your age. In today's video, we're revealing the hidden link between inflammation and muscle loss after 60, and what you can do to fix it. Stick around to the end for real, practical tips to take your strength back. Before we dive in, hit the like button and subscribe, because staying strong, sharp, and independent isn't luck. It's a choice we make every day. Let's get into it. What is muscle loss after 60? The medical term for age-related muscle loss is sarcopenia. It affects millions of older adults, and it's no small issue. It can lead to weakness, falls, mobility problems, and even loss of independence. According to the National Institutes of Health, you lose about 3 to 5% of your muscle mass every decade after 30. After 60, that decline speeds up. In fact, studies show that nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60 experience significant muscle loss, even if they appear healthy. That's how quietly sarcopenia can take hold. And once it sets in, it affects everything, from how fast you can walk to how easily you can recover from an illness or injury. But inflammation plays a much bigger role than most people realize. The truth about inflammation. Inflammation isn't always bad. When controlled, it's your body's way of healing injuries and fighting infection. This is called acute inflammation, and it's short-lived and helpful. Chronic inflammation, on the other hand, lingers. It hangs around for months or years, even when there's no threat. This kind of inflammation slowly damages your tissues, organs, and yes, your muscles. So how exactly does inflammation cause muscle loss? Let's break it down. 1. Disrupts muscle protein synthesis. Your body is constantly building and breaking down muscle. When you're healthy, the building part, called muscle protein synthesis, keeps up. But inflammation throws a wrench in the system. It interferes with a key pathway called mTOR, which is like the foreman at your body's muscle-building construction site. When inflammation is high, mTOR doesn't work properly, and your muscles don't get repaired or rebuilt like they should. 2. Speeds up muscle breakdown. Chronic inflammation triggers a process called muscle proteolysis, the breakdown of muscle proteins. It marks muscle cells as damaged and targets them for destruction. This leads to muscle wasting, weakness, and that all-too-familiar feeling of fatigue. The less muscle you have, the more difficult movement becomes, and the more sedentary you are, the worse it gets. 3. Reduces insulin sensitivity. Inflammation also affects how your body uses insulin. Insulin isn't just about blood sugar. It also helps shuttle nutrients like glucose and amino acids into your muscle cells to support recovery and growth. When inflammation causes insulin resistance, your muscles can't access the fuel they need. It's like being at a buffet and not being allowed to eat. That leads to slower recovery, fatigue, and, you guessed it, more muscle loss. 4. Triggers. Oxidative stress. Chronic inflammation increases the production of harmful molecules called free radicals. When free radicals outnumber antioxidants, it causes oxidative stress, damaging muscle cells, DNA, and even mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside your cells. Oxidative stress weakens your muscles from the inside out and accelerates aging. 5. Disrupts hormones. Inflammation lowers levels of important muscle-building hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. It also elevates cortisol, your stress hormone, which, in high amounts, breaks down muscle and stores fat. That's a dangerous combination for older adults trying to stay strong and lean. How to fight back. So how can you stop inflammation from stealing your strength? Here are 5 research-backed tips to fight inflammation and rebuild muscle after 60. 1. Eat anti-inflammatory foods. Focus on omega-3 rich foods like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds. Add antioxidant-packed fruits and veggies, especially berries, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli. Include spices like turmeric, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon to calm inflammation naturally. 2. Ditch inflammatory foods. Cut out processed foods, sugary snacks, fried foods, and refined carbs. These act like fuel to the fire of inflammation. 3. Move every day. Exercise helps regulate inflammation and keeps your muscles active. You don't need to lift heavy weights, just stay consistent. Try resistance bands, bodyweight exercises, tai chi, or brisk walking. 4. Prioritize sleep. Lack of sleep increases cortisol and inflammatory markers. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Create a calming bedtime routine and limit screen time before bed. 5. Manage stress. Chronic stress keeps inflammation high. Deep breathing, meditation, nature walks, or even laughter can bring those levels down. Bonus tip. Support your gut. Your gut and immune system are closely linked. A healthy gut supports lower inflammation. Eat fiber-rich foods, fermented veggies, and consider a high-quality probiotic to maintain balance. And here's one more thing that often gets overlooked: vitamin D deficiency. According to the CDC, roughly 40% of adults over 60 are low in vitamin D, a nutrient essential for muscle strength and inflammation control. Low levels have been directly linked to increased risk of falls, frailty, and sarcopenia. Get your levels tested and consider supplementation if needed, especially during the winter months, or if you don't get regular sunlight. Hydration matters too. Chronic low-grade dehydration contributes to inflammation. Drinking water helps your body flush out toxins and maintain cellular function. Try sipping warm herbal teas or water infused with lemon or cucumber throughout the day. You don't have to accept muscle loss as part of getting older. By understanding the role of inflammation and how to fight it, you can protect your strength, mobility, and independence for years to come. So take these steps today. Your future self will thank you. If you found this helpful, give us a like, subscribe, and share this with someone who deserves to feel strong and capable at any age. And don't miss our next video, where we reveal the best tips on how to stay strong, sharp, and thriving. See you there.